Hey, what's up, everybody? Jason Barnaby from Firestarters Incorporated. Welcome to the first ever episode of Friday's Fiery Five. Now, may be asking yourself, Jason, why are you wearing those glasses? Well, I'm doing it to prove a point that you should always have a sense of humor about yourself and not care what other people think. I got on to a Zoom call today for the first time meeting with the guy that I've been trying to connect with for 2 months. And I forgot that I had my wife's reading glasses on, which are these, because I have my contacts in. When I have contacts in, I got to wear reading glasses. So when the camera came on and I had them, I was like, oh, and I grabbed him off my face. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to do this Friday's Fiery Five. Thanks to David Inman, by the way, of telling me when we got on the Zoom call. He said, you sound like you have a great voice for radio. So we're going to give this a spin and see where it goes. Friday's Fiery Five. It's going to be 5 minutes, rants, thoughts, questions, whatever. And what I'm going to talk about today is this thing called what if abouts. What if abouts are described in my first book, Igniting the Fire Starter Within. What you will notice watching these is I am maniacal about branding. As you can see, fire, fire. There's a over there. There it is. Um, my mug, fire here. I mean, there's so many orange things in front of me. It's ridiculous. Ted Lasso. Diamond Dogs podcast if you're a Ted Lasso person. And these are going to be random. And just like this, I have ADHD if you haven't already noticed. And so what I'm going to talk about today is two what if abouts. Because what I've been doing when I do keynotes, I bring actionable inspiration and I give time for people to write down their what if abouts. And so as I'm writing down the what if abouts, my dog's about to leave because my daughter just came home. As I'm writing these what if abouts, or as I'm giving these keynotes, people are I'm asking them to write down what their what if abouts are. So I'm going to just deal with two. I literally have a couple hundred here. Okay. I literally have a couple hundred that are right here that people have written down, but I'm going to deal with these two specifically. Okay. What if I don't succeed? What if people don't see my value? Okay, that success depends on you. What does success look like? Do you know what success looks like? I am amazed at how many people in business don't know what success looks like. I ask every one of my clients before I go do a keynote or I work with their leadership team, what does success look like? What are we going to do? How are you going to know that this was successful when we are done and it is over? How do we know that it was successful? So, what if I don't succeed? Well, first of all, do you know what success looks like? And what if people don't see my value? Here's what I'm going to say. If people don't see your value, then they are not your people. I'm not saying be a bull in a china shop, go in and be a bulldozer. I'm not saying any of those things. You need to be empathetic. You need to be self aware. You need to understand that. But if you don't succeed, do you know how many unbelievably famous, successful people haven't succeeded literally hundreds of thousands of times? Hundreds of times or thousands of times, probably not hundreds of thousands. Thomas Edison was one of those, and trying to find the light bulb. Google that and see how many times he failed before he figured it out. And what if people don't see my value? You are the only person that can tell your story. And if you're waiting for other people to tell your story, you're going to be waiting for a very, very, very long time. Here's the other one. What if I disappoint somebody? Spoiler alert, you are gonna disappoint people. You're going to. You are not always going to reach the expectations that other people want. One of the what if abouts that was in here was what if I can't be perfect, because without my perfection I'm nothing. Listen, if nobody's told you this before, perfection is a myth. And if you can have a sense of humor about yourself, wear goofy glasses, not take a shower and kind of comb the bedhead and throw something orange on so you're always be branding ABB, then you will be able to get over that. But what I'm finding is that so many of these things that are here are tied to the word enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not certified enough. I'm not educated enough. I'm not experienced enough. Blah, 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 blah. Says who? Brene Brown has made a bajillion dollars saying the story that I'm telling myself in my head is this. And guess what? That story that we tell ourselves is never the story that's the reality. So this is what Friday Five is going to look like. If you have particular topics that you would like for me to talk about, I would be happy to do that. Would love for you to go out and get my book on Amazon, Igniting the Fire Starter Within. Book me for a keynote. Come have me work with your leadership team. But start dealing with your what if abouts, embrace them and overcome them, because fire always wins. Go be a fire starter. Thanks for joining me for the first ever Fridays Fiery Five. Peace.